One day we'll know what this whole big giant universe is all about, but today we do know one thing. I know one thing for sure. I'm very grateful for you being here. Thank you for being here. And we are going to now connect with the breath and connect with the body and move stuff that isn't peaceful and fill ourselves up with some really good positivity, peace, love, light. And so let's just sit. Maybe move that fleshy part of the buttocks out of the way. If you have a cushion that you like to sit on, that's fine too, but we won't be here too very long. But I do encourage you to lengthen your spine, drop your shoulders, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. We have arrived on what Celie referred to as our magic carpet. You can think of your yoga mat as a magic carpet, and we're gone for a ride. Hopefully the ride of your life and of your entire life. The ride of union between body and mind. Drop the shoulders, lift your open, loving heart, and breathe light into the body. Breathe the light from inside your body out into the space that surrounds your magic carpet. I think I'm going to call my yoga mat the magic carpet today. So we can transport ourselves. Drop the shoulders, lengthen the neck a little more. Beautiful. And then we'll extend the arms up, not so much the shoulders, please leave those down, but take your arms up, reach and stretch. Oh, Marilyn's here. Hi, Marilyn. Aw, Marilyn's here. Welcome. She's one of my good time buddies from the East Coast. East Coast in the house. So we're stretching these arms, the spine, even the fingers, stretch those, your palms, open those. Squeeze the arms near the ears and get some strength coming into your heart center here. Take a breath in. When you breathe out, just go to one side. Let's keep those shoulders relaxed, but keep that strength and that energy going on in the chest and the upper back. And let's just move with this. Inhale, center, and exhale to the side. Let's try to keep those sit bones anchored for this. Don't make it forceful though, you know. Anchored, but not tense. Nothing about this is stressful. We are on our yoga mats. What's the word? Beautiful, bring those arms down. I can't think of the word. Transformed, that's the word. Our yoga mats have transformed into magic carpets. So, where do you want to go on your magic carpet today? Where do you want to go? Maybe you can imagine yourself at a beach. Or maybe you can imagine that your energy has shifted to a different place, a magical place. Very nice. And then we're going to take that lengthened neck and move it around. Let's just make sure that everything's good there. And change direction, checking in with the neck, relaxing the jaw, any places around your forehead or your eyeballs or your scalp where there might be tension. The breath to get that out of there. Move that tension. Hit it off your magic carpet. Into the lower back we go with those relaxed shoulders, moving the rib cage around, going all the way over, reaching all the way forward with your chin to the other side, and then all the way back. So hold on to your legs so we can go all the way back. You don't fall all the way back, right? Hold on. Yay, and really feel those lower back muscles loosening up. Any tensions in the body or the mind, loosening up, change direction. All the thoughts and the worries and the stress and the stuff, we'll just call all that stuff because it's just stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. And it's all small stuff. I never read that book. Take those arms up, and we're going to come to one side and hold it. I never read that book because I felt like the title was enough. I get it. I love the concise message. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Inhale, center, and to the other side. And in that vein, let's look for some smaller areas that might be. It's easy to release the tension here because it's a big area, right? So then go into your armpit. Maybe go down to where your serratus connects to your hip, or your lower back. rid of that. Let's get deep down dirty, get all that small stuff out. Yes, beautiful. Okay, we're coming to all fours on your magic carpet. Come to all fours. And let's just move. Cat pose on the exhale. And cat pose on the inhale. And just keep on moving. Keep on moving. Put some energy into it now. Exhale. More energetically. I almost want to use the word forcefully, but certainly not forceful, but with the intention to move out that old stagnant stuff and make space for the new, beautiful, wonderful stuff here on your magic carpet. Transporting ourselves mentally. You could imagine yourself transported elsewhere. Emotionally, hopefully, if you're feeling stressed, we want to transport ourselves from that stressful place to a more beautiful, wonderful place. The next time in cat pose, hold it, and we're rolling those toes under, and we're going to play with some down dog. Tuck your chin, please. Separate your shoulder blades to the best of your ability. Move those hips. Let's get some energy going here. Move them, move them, move them. Yeah, bend those knees. Let your toes bend back. Feel that. The little stuff, right? The little stuff. Take your time. Let's go a little slower and bend those toes back. Roll out to that baby toe, that little toe. Beautiful. And switch. Roll out to that little toe. Start feeling all these little tiny ligaments and tendons waking up. Press those heels down. Go directly into your Achilles tendons. If your heels are touching the floor, walk your feet back a little bit. Send the heels down. Feel that nice stretch from the heel all the way up the back of your calf to the knee. One of your legs is coming up. I don't care which one. Reach it up though. And now reach it up a little bit more. Keep it reached up and try a tiny little pelvic tilt. Close the ribs. Lower that and we're switching sides. This leg is going up with this opposite heel, the foot that's on the floor, let that heel drop. Reach this one up higher, let it drop, and then add that tiny little pelvic tilt. Feel your core engaged. Oh, that's nice. Drop that foot back to all fours, and then just drop your hips down into that space. It's not so much a cobra. Rock your hips from side to side. Bend the elbows. Make sure your relaxed ears are, your relaxed shoulders are down from your ears. Good work. And then take a child's pose. And you can just rest passively in child's pose. I don't recommend it, but you can. What I recommend is that you reach that tailbone back. Stretch those arms and fingers forward. Wonderful. And we're coming on to the belly. Sphinx pose. Hold this Sphinx pose. Lift your chin. Lift your heart. That open heart. We want to keep it open. Put a smile on your face. And now we'll go more into a cobra. Slide your hands back. Come up a little bit as you inhale. Come down a little bit as you exhale. And do that again. And the next time up, you're going to stay up, but you don't have to come all the way up. We're still just warming up. And then back into child's pose. And this time in child's pose, move a little bit. Keep doing it. Stay in your child's pose. Move a little bit. Rock your hips a little bit this way and a little bit that way. Talking about the little stuff. So feel like not just the main erector spinae, the two muscles on each side of your spine, but what's on the sides of the muscles on the sides of your spine, right? What's in the center, like the actual vertebrae. Like go deeper into the little things. Excellent. And then we're going to hold cat pose. Tuck your chin while you're in cat pose. Stay there. Keep your chin tucked. Pull the stomach muscles up. Separate the shoulder blades. So a lot of times when we have like back pain or hip pain, we go right to the back and say, oh, I need a massage on my back, or oh, I need to stretch my back, which is good. Definitely have those thoughts. But a lot of times it's something like the hamstring, or it could be the ligament behind the knee that's pulling on the hamstring, that's pulling on the glute, that's pulling on your lower back. So just because we have pain in the lower back, it doesn't mean that it's originating in the lower back. It could be originating from the little guys. So let's focus on those little guys today. Okay, so we're coming back up. Roll those toes under. Hold the down dog now. Just hold it. While you're holding your downward facing dog, start to explore your body. Where is a little spot that might be holding on like a death grip? Breathe it open. Find those little holdings to liberate the big spots. It might be that you just need to pull the belly button in a tiny bit more. It might be that you just need to roll the elbows in towards each other a little bit more. It might be just a slight little tucking of the chin or a tilting. Internally, it might just be a Kegel. Pull the pelvic floor up. Very nice. And then we're coming to the knees, and we're going to extend these arms all the way up. Keep your feet flat on the floor, or you could roll your toes under if you like. There's a lot of ways to do this. This is a back strengthener. You can lean back into it a little bit more. You can bring your hands to your lower back to a camel pose. You can let your hands rest on your heels if you like. Lift the heart though. Think about opening the heart, opening the front of your body, and strengthening the back of your body. So if you go back too far, you could be straining yourself. So be mindful. The thighs should be very active. The hip flexors, very tops of your thighs, opening. Wherever it's right for your body, that's where you're to be. And to breathe. And find your peace in this spot, in this place of stretching, in this place of strengthening. Find your peace. Breathe your peace. And we come back into child's pose, and this time reach your fingers towards your feet. Tuck the chin once again. Now come all the way up. Press those hips. So we're going to add some movement here. Let the breath move your body. Exhale down. Inhale up. Beautiful. Stretching the back body here and strengthening the back body here. Move from your heart center and let the breath move your body. Don't rush the breath. Don't rush the movement. Connect the two. Excellent. The next time down, we're going to stay down and just hold this. And again, try to notice little subtle things. Maybe it's the knees here. Breathe peace into your knees. Maybe it's your forehead. Maybe it's one little spot on the side of your head. Excellent. Okay, back to all fours. Roll those toes under. Get into your down dog once again. Pick one of your legs. Inhale it up to the ceiling and exhale it between your hands. We're going to stay in a high lunge here. If you have a block nearby, feel free to use it. Staying in that lunge. So that's going to be a different place for each of us. Certainly be sure that your knee is directly over that ankle. We don't want it protruding past the toe. Keep it back. Stay in that high lunge. Inhale, come up a little bit. And exhale, sink down so much so that that knee might touch the floor. It might not. But inhale and exhale back down. Now your arms can be up or down, whatever you like. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And do that again. Breathing in, up. Breathing out, down. And we're going to stay down. You can rest that knee now. If that's too much for you, you might want to put a block under it. Okay? It's up to you. But from here, we're going to spinal twist. Excellent. And then to the other side. And again, we're moving with that heart center. Use the breath to open the heart. Fill it. Breathe out the stuff. Very nice. And we're coming back down. So we're going high plank on an inhale. You guys know this. Breathe in, high plank. Breathe out, low plank. Breathe in, Cobra. And breathe out, down dog. Stay right there in your downward facing dog. Pick the other leg up, breathing in. Between the hands, breathing out. Stay in that high lunge. Use the block if you need it. Place your hands where they're most comfortable, most best for your body today. Inhaling up and exhaling down. That knee might touch the ground. And enjoy it. Enjoy the rhythm of the movement. Enjoy the rhythm of the breath. If you're experiencing any struggles, it's okay. But find the love and the peace in it. One more time. All the way down, and we're going to stay down this time. Remember, you can always put that block at your knee. And we're just going to do a spinal twist. Just watch this knee. And switch sides. Great work, everybody. Opening your loving heart. We're coming back, high plank on that inhale. Low plank, breathing out. Over, breathing in. And down dog. And either walk or jump both of your feet up to where your hands are. And we'll come on up. Very nice. And I'll face you guys. Reposition my mat. And here we go. Beautiful. Full breath in. We're going to stay here. Once again, when we did this seated, we could get but so far. We had our hips anchored, right? Well, now that we're standing, we can add the IT band, a little guy, right? One of the smaller stuffs. Don't sweat it. Soften those knees. Yeah. Feels so good. Back to center, breathing in. And to the other side. If you're really perceptive, you might feel this clear down into the ankle. Press the hip out. Let the side of the knee open. Breathe down the side of your calf. Shifting the body weight just a little stuff. Feel it in the ankle. Inhale up. Swan dive down. Beautiful. Engage the core. Drop your head. Release your shoulders. And again, have your block nearby if you need it. Use it. Okay, now we're going to shake that head. Shake out those shoulders. Get loose and floppy in the upper body, but strong and tight in your core. Softness in the knees, but yet the legs are straight. Shake it out. Very nice. And the feet are about hip width apart. Drop your tailbone. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Keep it down, but bring your arms and your heart up. Chair pose, holding chair pose. Little bit of a pelvic tilt. So get into one of the little guys. For you, what is that right now? Little pelvic tilt. It could be right at your sacrum. Lifting the heart. It could be the clavicle. Coming all the way up. Breathe in. And right back down into your chair pose. Inhale up. And right back down into your chair pose. One more time. Inhale out. And we're going to stay in chair pose. Hands in prayer position in front of your heart. That little bit of a pelvic tilt. And we're going to add a spinal twist to this. So opposite knee to elbow, elbow to knee. Or if you can hook it, hook the elbow to the outside of that knee. And open up if you can. If that's too much for you, it's enough to be in chair pose. Breathe. Find the peace in the challenge. back to center. All the way up we go. Yes, beautiful. Great job, everybody. Send those hip bones forward, but drop the shoulders back. Lift your open, beautiful, loving heart. Stay there. One more breath in. And back down into chair pose. And to the other side we go. Remember that subtle little pelvic tilt. When you're doing this, if your knees shift, if that hip comes back and the knees aren't next to one another anymore, it might be better to drop your tailbone and maybe don't twist as far. Good work. Stay with it. Keep breathing. That's lovely. Back to center, all the way up, please. Yes. Feel a new resurgence of something positive going through your body right now, or going through your mind right now. Full breath in, swan dive down. Reverse it, come up. Beautiful, and let's do a few of those. Do a few of them. Connect the breathing to the movement. Enjoy the ride on your magic carpet. Where are you going? Where are you? Ah, yes. Excellent, excellent. I'm so proud of you for being here this morning. Thank you. The next time up, we're staying up. And just hang out here in mountain pose for just a moment. Tadasana. Hands in prayer position or alongside your body, whatever you like. Close your eyes. Connect with the breath. Connect with your body. And the next couple of breaths will unite the mind and the body, the muscle and the breathing. Excellent. So let's play around with tree pose, shall we? Little tiny baby tree pose. Remember, this is your practice. This is your own unique personal experience of the tree that you are today. A sapling, a mighty oak, whatever that is. Right? So wherever you are comfortable doing your tree pose, any variation of your tree pose, they're all good ones. They're all good ones. Holding on to a chair, if you need something, you want to go grab a chair, go ahead and do that. Or hold on to the wall if you want to do that. This is your practice. Tree pose. While it's important to challenge our bodies in life and in yoga, we move forward, we progress, hopefully, that's the idea. In life and in yoga, making progress. It's about progress, not perfection. Moving in the direction of being at our edge where we're comfortably uncomfortable, learning to find the peace when we're uncomfortable, getting more comfortable with being uncomfortable, getting out of our comfort zones in yoga and in life prepares us for challenges. Being wobbly and falling off balance and not beating ourselves up about it. All excellent practices on our magic carpet that prepares us for the magic of life. So when you're done having your wonderful experience of being comfortably uncomfortable in your tree pose, switch sides. Switch sides, switch legs. Feeling grounded in tree pose. Imagining roots coming out of the bottom of your foot. Feeling grounded. If you get wobbly and you start to fall off balance, still maintain your focus, your visual focal point. Make sure you have one. Hear the sound of your breathing. That's what you're concentrating on. Whatever variation of tree pose you decide to do. Slightly out of your comfort zone. For me, that's moving from one to the other. For me, sometimes when I get into a pose, I'm like, okay, I can just be here all day long. So then I'm not challenging myself, right? So for today, I'm choosing to move from one tree pose to a different one and allow myself to experience the wobbliness and practice maintaining my peaceful, loving self while being wobbly, while challenging myself, while maintaining focus and concentration, positive thoughts, and transporting myself mentally to a better place, or using my imagination to transport myself to playing with my grandchildren, because I am on a magic carpet ride, just like you. Where are you transporting yourself to right now? Excellent. So wherever that is for you, we're releasing tree pose when you're ready. Maintain that same focus and concentration though. Stay here, breathe. Focus on that breath. Notice what's happening within. Excellent, excellent. Another balance pose. Dancer pose, and if you have a strap that you want to use, or dog leash or a necktie, we're playing around with dancer pose. Get your visual focal point, hear the sound of your breathing. And I've started using the strap because it got to be where I could do this one all day long, or with both hands. And then I was just like, well, that's becoming somewhat stagnant. How can I mix it up? How can I have more fun with dancer pose? So find out how you can have more fun with your dancer pose if you've gotten to a place where you're like, yeah, I've aced this. I'm good. I could be here for 10 minutes, no problem. Then you're not out of your comfort zone. So this one gets me lately. So this is fun for me. Still focusing, still concentrating. Hear the sound of your breathing while you get out of your comfort zone. But, ooh, getting wobbly, it's okay. When we get out of our comfort zone, we just have to be really careful that we don't beat ourselves up for, oh, I can't do it so well, or to try to do it so quickly that we injure ourselves. So, patience. I say that as if I have it. Patience. It's a virtue. A virtue I'm working on. Focus and concentration. Concentration and focus. Finding that edge. Where is it? Oh, there it is. A little bit of shaky. Ooh, doggy. The other great thing about moving slowly, which is very important in yoga and in life, moving slowly in the direction of switch legs when you're ready, switch to the other side, is that you can detect an injury before it occurs. If we go so fast, we might pull that muscle or that ligament or that tendon or do something that's really not right for our bodies. So moving slowly helps us to be able to assess minusculely along the way. Minusculely? Yeah, I said that, minusculely. Yeah, I make up words. Yeah, so moving slowly, detecting all of the little stuff. Don't sweat the little stuff, but don't go so fast past it that it winds up becoming a big thing. Find the edge where you're comfortably uncomfortable. And once you get comfortable with where you're comfortably uncomfortable, that's when you know it's time to move a little bit more deeper into it. Calm the shaky muscles with the breath. Nice work. Good job, everybody. You can put that aside for the moment. We're going to take a deep breath in. Bring the hands down in front of heart position, right here in prayer position in front of the heart, and stay here and breathe. Close your eye. Feel your shoulders melting down. Think about relaxing tightness from the joints. Notice a softness coming into body and mind. Excellent, excellent. All right, we're coming to the front of the mat. Sweep those arms up. Come on down, high plank on an inhale. You can step or jump. Low plank on an exhale. Remember, you can always rest your knees, you know, you don't have to keep your feet on the floor. You can always rest your knees when you're doing your low plank. We're gonna hold low plank, okay? Hold low plank. Little bit of a pelvic tilt. Squeeze the arms in at your waist. Rest your belly. Holding Cobra. If your shoulders are all up at your ears like this, bend the elbows, lift your heart. Tailbone reaching behind you. And we'll do child's pose once again. Any variation of child's pose that you like, but do make it somewhat active. Stay conscious versus just dropping down there and relaxing and vegging out. If your head is not reaching the floor, you could use a block. And when I say to stay active, reach your tailbone to the wall behind you. Engage your strong core. Stretch your arms wherever they are. If they're forward, stretch them forward. If they're back, stretch them back instead of just dropping and relaxing. Stay very active. Open up your vertebrae. Breathe positivity up and down your nervous system, up and down your spine. Notice the little stuff going on. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come to all fours once again. One arm, opposite leg. If your belly is sagging, pull it up. Even though the leg is extended, maintain a little bit of a pelvic tilt. So it's right leg, left arm, or vice versa. Stretch, reach, extend, breathe, smile. Lower all of that down and switch sides. Nice job, everybody. Just a tiny little pelvic tilt. Feel that subtlety. You know what happens so powerfully from something so subtle? Reach a little bit more. Close the ribs a little more. Maybe tuck the chin a tiny bit more. Lower all of that down. And we're going to do the same thing, and you can do it in the exact same way, especially if that was challenging for you. But you could also take it from high plank. Arm, opposite leg. Now remember, don't lift that leg too high because then you'll wind up bringing your butt up. We're in plank. Lower down and switch sides. Isn't that fun? Remember, you can always rest that knee. Little pelvic tilt. Woo, lower it down. Downward facing dog. Very nice. Take one of your legs to the ceiling, stretch it up there, leave it up there, and breathe. Bend the knee, lift it. So high. Reach the foot across, 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 until that foot is resting on the floor behind you, and you can lift. Return to downward facing dog and switch legs. Take that other leg up there, reach it. Bend the knee, lift it. Excuse me. Reach the foot, reach the foot, reach the foot. So you wind up in a flip dog. Lift up. Heart, hips, fingers, energy, spirit, everything's lifting up. And we'll come back to downward facing dog. Play with it. Walk the dog. Shift those hips. Let that energy flow. And then find yourself holding a strong down dog. Returning to high plank. Inhale to side plank. Return to high plank and the other side. Inhale. Lower down and switch. Beautiful. One more time on the other side. And child's pose. Reach the tailbone back. Know that whenever we do planks and things like that, you can always go to your knees, right? Make whatever modifications you need to make. Very nice. All fours, cat pose, roll the toes under, down dog. Take one of your legs, inhale it to the ceiling, exhale it between the hands. And then we're gonna flatten out that back foot. Stay down low, please. Drop your hips. Get the femur parallel with the floor. Hands on the hips. Lengthen your spine here. Take the shoulders down, lengthen your neck. Drop the hips, lift the chin. Keep the hips down, lift the rib cage. Bone by bone, rib by rib, keep those hips down. Warrior one. So whatever leg is forward, leave that knee and hip exactly where it is. It's the one that's back, this one that we're pulling back. But this one stays exactly where it is. Warrior two, gaze out over those fingertips. Working this hip back, and the one that's forward, tuck it under as best you can. Very nice. Inhale, straighten up that front leg. As we prepare for triangle, Trikonasana, reach forward with the ribs. Let this hand come down again. Where's that block? You can always use a block if you like. But now we're really taking that top hip back. We're really tucking that front hip under. Wherever you're comfortable being, wherever it's right for your body, you find it. You can look forward, you can look down, you can look up. Whatever works best for you in triangle. If you've dropped all your body weight down into this arm, stop it. Lift up. Where's that exuberance on your magic carpet? Yes. And we're gonna stay here this way with the legs, two straight legs. We're gonna bring this back hip forward and square ourselves up with the front line of the mat. Hips and shoulders. Again, use a block if you need to, but if you can drape your upper body over your strong front leg, go for it. And if you can't, it's okay. Just breathe yourself more and more in the direction of. Breathing out the tightness from the little guys. Where's the little stuff? Roll that front hip back. Take that back hip forward. I love that one. Okay, we're bending that front knee. Keep your hands there. We're coming back to high plank on an inhale, low plank on an exhale. Knowing you can always rest your knees. Cobra breathing in and down dog breathing out. Stay there with your down dog. Stay there with your down dog, please. And it's the other leg we're bringing up. Breathe it in all the way up, forward between the hands. And stay down low. Flatten out that back foot, stay down low. Drop those hips. Feel both of your feet very anchored. Hands on your hips, lengthen your spine. Then your arms become an extension of your lengthened spine as you lift the chin, rib by rib, but those hips stay down. And that exuberant, loving heart lifts up. But the hips stay down. Warrior one. So the leg that's forward, we're kind of trying to pull that hip back, and the leg that's back, we're kind of gently, very gently bringing that hip forward. Warrior one. What are you a warrior for today? Keeping that front knee and hip exactly where it is. Bringing this back one back, the shoulder back. What are you a warrior for today? Contemplate that on your magic carpet. I think today I'm going to be a warrior for trusting the universe. I need that today. I trust. So So we're gonna straighten up that front leg, breathing in, coming into that triangle, breathing out. And again, bring that block with you if you need to or want to. But it's the top hip that's going back and this front hip that's going under. Triangle is a very narrow, wobbly stance. Very, very narrow. If you're feeling a little bit off balance, you're welcome. You're doing great. I know you're making whatever modifications you need, using tools if need be, putting your head in the direction that's right for your neck today, not dropping down into this arm, but lifting up with that exuberance. The top hip is going back and the front hip, this one, front one, is tucking under. When you're in triangle, for real, if somebody poked your chest, you would probably fall over if you were doing it right there on your edge. I don't want you to fall over. Don't let anybody poke you in the chest while you're doing this at home. But you get what I'm talking about, right? That wobbly. And use all your stabilizers. It's a very stabilizing stance. Beautiful. And we're bending that front, oh no, we're not. Keep that front leg straight. Don't bend it. Just turn your hips. Your shoulders back to that front. Now we're bringing this back hip forward, 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 forward. That front hip is going back. And then we're draping the relaxed upper body over that strong front leg. Notice how every exhalation lets you go deeper. We're not trying to get the head to the knee, but the head might go to the knee once you release enough of the tightness using the breath. Love it. Bend that front knee, keep the hands right there. High plank, breathing in. Low plank, breathing out. Cobra. And we're gonna do that child's pose once again. Whenever you're ready. And whatever variation. Child's pose with the arms out. Child's pose here, resting your forehead wherever you need to or want to. And then just start to observe what's happening for you right now. In the hips, in the arms, in the brain, in the heart. And if you find that your thoughts are over here and your emotions are over there and your body's on its own, use the breath to unite all of them. Every breath kind of pulls together the community that is your body, your mind, your body, and your spirit, not just your body. All these components that make up who we are, the complexities, bring them all together with the breath. All unite them as one because they are. Excellent. Back to all fours, roll those toes under. We're taking a down dog again. Take one of those legs, inhale it up. Between the hands, breathe out. Flatten out. And we're returning to warrior one. If you dedicated yourself as a warrior for something today, remind yourself what that is right now. Remind yourself. And then we're just going to bring those hands behind the back, interlace those fingers, moving into warrior three. So this is more about what's happening for you mentally. If you have dedicated yourself, like for myself, I was experiencing not trusting the universe. I'm like, I need to be a warrior for trusting the universe. Trusting God, the highest of all powers. So I'm going to focus on that while I come into warrior three, which is just a balancing pose, and that back leg comes up. Gaze forward. If that's too much for you, and you have that toe on the floor, that's fine. But most especially, what's happening here. What's happening here. And like we did before, we breathe them all together, the body, the mind, and the spirit. Whatever it is for you. Very nice. And we'll release all that, bring this foot next to the other one, inhale those arms up. Swan dive down on an exhale, high plank as you inhale, low plank as you breathe out. Breathe in, Cobra. Breathe out, down dog. Inhale the other leg up between the hands. Flatten out that back foot. Connect with your inner warrior. What are you being a warrior for today? Interlacing those fingers behind the back and coming into your version of warrior 3. Whatever that is for you. It can easily look like this. It could look like this. Look like this. Look like this. Find your own unique expression of your warrior 3, but mostly bring it up here. Rewire your brain to be that which you desire. For me, it's trusting. However you choose to do your warrior 3. Bringing yourself up, breathe in. Squat dive down, breathe out. High plank on an inhale. Stay here in your high plank, knowing that you can always rest your knees. We're going to come to side plank and hold it, which in and of itself could be challenging enough, so you might want to bend that knee. Maybe take that top leg up. Maybe into a side tree pose here. Something that gets you a little out of your comfort zone. And then remember what it was you were a warrior for. Apply it here as well. Very nice. And to the other side we go. However you choose to do it. Stay with it. You're doing great. Great job. You are all amazing. So amazing. Thank you for being here. What a gift. All right, back to high plank. Hold that down dog. If you want to move it, move it. If you want to just hold and stretch, go ahead, do it. And then we're coming back to high plank. Hold it. This is all about the core. Close the ribs. The core of the body, but also the core of what it is you stand for today. Rest those knees, child's pose. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to come up to all fours and then jump out into a frog pose. I'll turn this way. A frog. Go ahead. Jump around. Jump around. Get loose in the knees, in the back, in the hips. Like a frog. Ribbit. Frog. Frog pose. Fertility. That's what frog represents. Fertility. Not necessarily making a baby or that kind of fertility, although power to you. Wherever you are, whatever your goals and ambitions are, I'm giving birth to trusting the universe. Is what I'm hoping to make more fertile within myself. Trusting. 2 days ago it was patience. Today it's trust. I don't know what it'll be tomorrow. But we're dropping those hips. I like to use my elbows to really open up my hips and my inner thighs. Drop the tailbone, but lift the heart. And strangely, not strangely, however, if you can, do a tiny little pelvic tilt. You'll really feel your lower back open. You'll feel the sacrum drop down and the vertebrae of your lower back getting some space. I've been sitting so much more these days. On a hammock, no less. Right? I've had a hammock for years. I really just started sitting in it. Takes me a while to take a hint. Slow down, Sharon. Sit down, Sharon. Relax. Trust the universe, Sharon. Be patient, Sharon. This happens in my head. It happens in my life. I know I'm not alone. Okay, so you can stay here in frog pose, or you can sit down, or if you choose to play around with crow pose, go for it. I've been playing around with it lately with a block. It seems to be helping. So yes. Many of you know I've been trying crow pose for 25 years. One day I'm gonna get it. I don't know what day that will be, but I support you. Play around with your crow pose. I know Celi's in there doing it. You go, girl. Beautiful work. All of you, wherever you are, even if you never accomplish crow pose, it's okay. Trust me, it's okay if you never accomplish it. I will one day. Maybe not today. Anyway, when you're ready, have a seat. And we're gonna take a nice wide stance on the magic carpet, or wide stance, a wide stretch on the magic carpet. So, walk those heels away. Use your arms to bring yourself forward until you get right there at your edge. You haven't pulled a muscle, you didn't go too far too fast, but you're like, oh yeah, I can feel that. And your inner thighs might be saying, what are you doing to me right now? If your inner thighs are screaming at you saying, stop it, stop it, stop it, please, you must listen to those legs. Because if you don't, they will retaliate. So sitting up nice and tall, we've got a good stretch here, opening up those hips. Take one of your hands and slide it down one of your legs. Both legs are gonna stay straight. So if a knee starts to pop up, just encourage it downward, but don't force it. And we're just gonna slide down. This arm's coming up. If you get to where you're reaching your toe, you can pull that big toe back and you can start to bend this front elbow. Bend it on the inside of the knee versus on the outside, okay? Bend it on the inside and lift upward. Stay here. Notice what's most tight. Calm it down with the breath. Transport it to a place of peacefulness using the breath while we're on our magic carpet. Ah, yes. And little by little, as you start to let go of tightness, it just dissolves breath by breath. You'll be able to go deeper and deeper into this. You don't have to go deeper and deeper into it. It's just a natural consequence of relaxing. When we relax, we become more flexible. Very nice. We're coming up from here, and then we're switching sides. Just let this hand slide on down. It may not go to the same place the other one did. If it does reach your toe, hook it. If the elbow bends, have it come to the front of the knee. Lift, twist. Your heart goes up, your ribs go up, your spirits lift up. And those little guys again. Where's a little guy that might need a sweet release, a breath of peace? Oh, that's lovely. We're coming back to center, and we're gonna walk these hands forward, and you might not have to go far at all when you're like, oh yes, now I really can feel that. Gently, patiently, breath by breath, step by step, taking yourself out. Your body will stop you. Listen to where your body stops you. Somewhere along the way, your body will stop you. And wherever that is where you are to be. And to breathe out the stuff. And then start checking in with the little guys. Check in with your toes and your ankles. Check in with your fingers and your wrists. Check in with your jaw. Check in with your eyebrows and your forehead. We're gonna stay down low and come over. Now this time, if you can, put one hand on either side of this leg. And at the hips, try to turn just a little bit without this knee popping up. If it pops up, don't worry about it, but we're encouraging everything to stay open here. And then again, breath by breath, relaxing more and more, draping your upper body. Drape it over this straight, strong leg. And these are breaths of peacefulness that you're sending into those spots. And if you can, stay down low whilst you walk yourself over to the other leg. And take your time. Little guys being released along the way, little tiny muscle fibers, little tiny little bits of tendons saying, yes, yippee, woohoo, thank you. When you get here, if you can put a hand on either side of this leg and then shift your body weight so you're a little more squared up with this leg. So wonderful. And back to center we go. And when you get back to center, bring yourself on up. And we're going to butterfly these very legs we just stretched out. Let's get into those hips a little bit more, shall we? Hold on to your toes if you can, or the balls of your feet. Bring them together, and then get the heels in as close to your groin as you can. And then just start butterflying those knees there. Relax the knee joints. Don't let them be forced to do anything. And then hold on nice and tight, and lengthen up, stretch up so much so that you can feel your trapezius opening. The neck is lengthening because you've got a very firm grip on your toes or your ankles or wherever you're holding on, that when you lift up, your trapezius is drawn down. And now we're going to press those knees down too. Gently. Thank you. But actively work the knees down. You may or may not really touch the floor, and it doesn't matter, but it's just that you're actively strengthening there, using the glutes, using the hips. This is great stuff, especially if you suffer from sciatica. That inner thigh stretch and this one here for strengthening. Stay here, and then just move your head around. Get the neck muscles stretched. Relax your jaw and breathe and breathe and breathe and change direction. Good work. Very nice. Excellent. And so we're just going to switch it on over here. Straight legs, 2 straight legs. 2 very strong straight legs. Walk back with your sit bones a little bit. And then walk forward with your heels a little bit and feel the backs of your knees just opening. And we're going to sweep those arms up overhead. Full breath in. Lead with your chin and lead with your heart. 2 straight lines from your heels to your hips and from your fingertips to your tailbone. 2 straight lines. So when you come forward, resist the temptation to drop and round. And we want to keep these straight lines. A lot of core strengthening happening here. Beautiful. One more time. And the next time forward, we're going to stay forward. Pull those stomach muscles in, strengthening the core, the lower back. And at your shoulder blades, see if you can bring them together even more so back there. Wonderful. And sit up nice and tall. Point your fingertips towards your buttocks. Point your toes. And then as you breathe in, lift your heart. Gaze upward towards the ceiling. As you exhale, just release a little bit. Like, don't relax and collapse. But when you inhale, definitely feel more lifting happening here, right? And on your exhale, it's just a little bit of softening, I'll call it. Point those toes, or actually the balls of your feet, more so than your toes. You're likely to get a cramp. But now, if you can lift those hips up, go for it. Exhale down. And even though I'm coming down, I'm not collapsing down, I'm relaxing and sinking into it. Stay strong throughout the course of the movement, even if you're not moving. Even if you're not moving very much. Inhaling and then a little softness. But if you are lifting that buttocks up, go for it. The breath moves your body. Excellent. The next time down, we're staying down. Flex your feet once again, and then just slide your hands down your legs somewhere that you can hold on. You don't have to touch your toes. And if going to your toes causes the knees to pop up, then going to your toes is not the best place for you right now. Keep the knees pressing towards the floor. And then wherever you go with your hands. But wherever you are with your hands, hold on there, clasp there, wherever that is. If you're super flexible and you have a block, you can always put that beyond your feet if you need a greater reach. But we are holding on wherever that is for you. Take a breath here. Keep holding on. Lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in half. Keep holding on. Inhale, lift again. And exhale, fold again. Keep holding on. Do that again. Now when you breathe out this time, keep exhaling. Exhale, exhale. Breathe it out, out. And fold as much as you possibly can until you feel like you've wrung out your lungs, that you've contracted your stomach as deeply as possible. And you've gotten the biggest stretch, it's hard to say all that. You've gotten the biggest stretch in your spine and in your hamstrings as you possibly can. But it's gentle, thorough, yet gentle. And just enjoy the ride. Do it a few more times, please. Remember that when you exhale, you're bringing, you're taking the breath to its very end, and there's a pause. Before you breathe in again, there's a pause. So at the very end of your exhale, you force that last little bit of breath out, you took that stretch to its farthest edge, there's a little pause, and then you inhale, okay? So 2 or 3 more times, please. Thorough and gentle. Remember that pause at the end of your exhale. One more time. You're still holding on. Come up, you're still holding on. Just let go with one hand and lengthen the spine even more and start to open from the heart to the shoulder, to the elbow, to the wrist. Open. Take a look back there at that thumb. Stare at that thumb. Lengthen your neck. Twist. Stay here. Inhale. Where can you lengthen more when you breathe in? Find it. Exhale. How far can you take that stretch? Find it. One more time. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and twist. And we're switching sides. Beautiful work. Switching sides. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Inhale, getting that length. Exhale, twist. So from your heart to your shoulder to your elbow to your wrist, all that exuberance. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more time, please. Oh, that's nice. Okay, one more time into that forward bend. And here I want you to just explore your body. So if your knees bend a little bit, they bend a little bit. Separate the shoulder blades. If you want to rock and move some, go for it. Just really get in tune with what's happening with your back and your hips and your shoulders. And take this time to nurture yourself in a really good back stretch. Back body stretch, right? Because it could be the back of your neck or it could be your Achilles tendons that are really needing it. So a few more breaths of nurturing, self-care, beautiful, loving stretch, giving yourself what you already know you need. Move out any of that stuff and we're coming to lie on our backs. So coming along your back. Around for a moment, we're going to strengthen those very muscles we just stretched. The glutes, the lower back, the hamstrings, tucking the chin. Lower down. Happy baby pose. For any variation of a little back stretch, you just want to hug your knees into the chest. So these are backs, well, this is a back stretch, but the bridge here is a back strengthener. You can stay here and hold bridge. If it's too much for you, then don't do it at all. But if you can take it to wheel, then go for wheel as well. These are all back strengtheners, but you're finding the one that's just right for your body today. Breathing, breathing. Lowering yourself down out of it when you know your body needs that little break. And then we'll return to happy baby pose, or if you'd rather just hug your knees into the chest, whichever you prefer. Very nice. And do try to grab of your feet or your ankles, okay? Get a grip somewhere. And then we're just gonna press these heels away from the body. Even if your legs don't go straight, it's okay. But do have a nice firm grip so that you can get the stretch all the way through the back of the shoulders and the upper back. Stay here, breathe. If this is easy for you, then you're going to use your strong arms to bring the legs forward more. And again, we'll bring everything back in. Hands on the knees, circle them in one direction. Stir up that pot of exuberance in the other direction. Very nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we're resting those feet back on the floor once again. Arms out in a T position. Bring your knees together. Bring your ankles together. Let's drop the knees to one side, any side, and roll your head away from the knees. If your arms are up here in more of a Y position, slide them down so they're more in a T position. Good. Now send your knees closer to the floor, so much so that you can feel something happening here in a good way in your lower back. If it hurts, back off, of course. Don't do anything that hurts. But if you can press the shoulders more, go for it. If you can take this ear closer to the ground, go for it. And switch sides, please. You can just veg out here. If your body is really needing that, then do that. If you can get a little more active with the knees and the shoulders and pressing that ear closer to the floor. Very good. And back to center. Taking both legs straight up. Very straight legs here. Not in towards your face though. An L, 90 degree. Good. Beautiful work. Close your ribs. Pull that belly button in. Keep everything locked here. So we won't be doing the deep belly breaths like, okay? Everything is locked. It's tight. Take your straight, strong legs down to a slight angle. If you take them too far down, your lower back is going to come up off the floor. We don't want that to happen. So wherever that is, be there. Come up a tiny little bit as you breathe out. Little pumps. Using core. Very Pilates-esque. In here. Bring the knees into the chest for just a moment. We're going to do that one more time. If that hurt your back, don't do it. If you thought to yourself, well, I really wish that was a little more challenging, Sharon. Well, then I'll show you what you can do. So, you can peel yourself up off the floor. But the belly button is in, the ribs are closed, the belly's not popping up and down, up and down. Lock it. 10, 9, 8. Woo! Bring the knees into the chest and give your back whatever it needs right now, please. Whatever it needs, a little rocking, a little rolling, a little rock and roll. Very nice. And a deep breath. And so we're on our magic carpet, getting ready for a magic carpet ride. Your legs can be straight or bent. Your palms should be turned up, ideally. And if you have a blanket and you want to put it over top of you, I support you in that. Whatever you like. But you are on your magic carpet, giving yourself permission to transport yourself. Stay there, please. Stay there, lying down, how you're comfortable. Connect with your breathing. The belly fully expands as you inhale. The belly completely relaxes as you exhale. So use this time to consider where you want to go on your magic carpet, on the magic carpet of the life that we trust. To a more peaceful place, to a more accepting place, to a less fearful or stressed out place. So you can imagine that as a visual place, whether it's the beach or the mountains or some imaginary, fantastical place that just makes you feel super safe and comfortable. It could be a thought. It doesn't even have to be a visualized place such as that, right? It could be, for me, it's trust. I'm working on trust. I want to be able to be on my magic carpet in the spirit of trusting that the universe has got my back and is unfolding the path that is perfect for me. But whatever feeling, thought, vision, where do you know you need to go? Where do you want to go? How do you want to be? What do you want to create? What do you want to manifest in your heart, in your mind, in your world? Let yourself go there. Feel how wonderful it is to be there. Notice how your body rejoices there. And the belly rises and falls with every precious breath. Every transformative breath. When you're there, keeping the eyes closed and the relaxed body exactly as it is. When you're there in that place, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, visually, when you're there, how does your body feel? How does your heart feel? What kinds of things happen in your mind? Bring all of that together. When I'm in my place of trusting the universe, I feel so safe and secure. And my body feels very relaxed, right? That's an example. So explore that for yourself. Embrace it. Allowing every cell of your body, every emotion of your being to fully embrace that place, that feeling, that vision, that way of being. And you may even notice that a subtle or not so subtle Mona Lisa smile magically appears upon your face. Because you're there in that place, in that space. Creating it within, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. It will change you physiologically. Being with that shift of consciousness, neurologically, psychologically, physiologically, the shift, the transformation. The creation, the manifestation of that which we visualize. All aspects of your being receiving this magnificence, rejoicing in the magnificence of transformation on our magic carpets. I am so blessed and grateful to be on this magic carpet ride of life with you all. And I'm so blessed to have you in my life and in my world. No matter what coast you're on, East Coast, West Coast, and anywhere in between, blessings, love, and light to you all. Sat Nam. Have a blessed day, my friends. Hey, thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you want more like it, subscribe. Thanks. Have a great day.